Well, look at here what we have today. We have dragged around this old broke down E-Z-GO. It's a gas over electric. Ooh, I'm surprised Washington's didn't fly out. Looks like it's got one of them 2-cylinder Kawasaki's. Looks like she has seen some better days. See where she's got some time with a bad battery. Or either it might be from New York City with all that salt. Or any place where they do all that. But we can see here it's a pretty simple setup. Looks like it should have a, yep, there's a starter motor type generator thing. Probably might just be a starter motor. I really don't know all that. And that looks like it turns it over, the engine. And then when the engine gets going fast, that clutch engages, which throws it to that belt, that rear end, and sends you riding. So, I guess what we need to do today is start figuring out not what's wrong with it, but I guess what's right with it. And I'm mighty bold, but I got air in that tire. I got air in that tire. Got air. Ooh, we're gonna have to figure something out there. That's just right. Brand new fuel filter. Looks like the fuel pump was just overhauled last night. I'm sure it's got a new air filter. Ain't nothing to see there. What? Uh-oh. What? That just right there blows. Because you know it worked just fine, but somebody just was taking stuff off. Keys on, and who knows if the battery's any good. It looks like we need to figure out about getting that gas tank cleaned up, figure out how to get some spark, and figure out how to get some battery, and find us some sort of tire. And I guess we'd be in the game ready to go fast. I'm gonna get started and I'll let y'all know what I come up with. Alright, so I found the coil. I found some nuts and bolts to get it attached. I think we got it alright. Took the air box off and took the battery out. Gonna jump to it. Found this spot right here for some power to go to on this generator, my thingamajigger. And I got some brake cleaner. So let's see if anything happens. I got the key on. I got the bowl drained so we don't suck up any more of that bad gas there. And give it a real good shot. Gonna press the pedal and give it one more shot. That way get some more down in there. And let's I hear nothing. Let's give it a little spray. Well, darn. She was going somewhere on that battery. But that still don't quite mean that the coal's bad. We need to see if we get any power to the coal when we do that. I bet we're going to have to power that block thing over there first, and then send power there. But we're going to test again. Bring you back in a second. So, through troubleshooting, what we have found out that the coil will get power and the switch works when the pedal's down and then forward, and that this plate here that everything's like, I guess the mapping sensor and solenoid for the starter motor is broke loose, and it doesn't have a ground. And then was this wire that was making poor connection, and then this fuse, the end of it was all corroded up. If we can get the fire over, we're going to replace all this type stuff like this, and we'll put a battery in and fix it up. Well, first we got to get the fire over, and I think it's going to work. I don't know how everybody else keeps all their tools so clean. Mine get pretty dirty. But we're so confident we done put some Armor All on this here seat, because it's been sun blemished pretty awful. Try to freshen it up. But besides that, I think it's going to turn out to be a pretty good machine. So I'm going to try to get a ground wire to that plate there secured pretty good, so everything will be live, and we'll go back to testing. As soon as we get a little bit of a pow come out of this thing, then we'll just start tearing it down and putting it back together the right way. All right, we are ready to test again. Got the rear end jacked up off the ground a little bit. Hopefully it won't catch too hard. Put a different jump box in. And this panel here, I just ran a self-tapping screw down through it and stuck it on the frame. Besides that, we haven't really done anything else. So let's give it a little shot of that good old spray. Turn the switch on and press gas. Woo, woo, I heard it crank up. So now all we gotta do is rebuild the battery section to a better state, attach up a couple of them little wires, clean up that carburetor and gas tank. It looked like it had pretty good oil in it. It's nice and clear, well, nice and yellow, and it didn't smell like gas, and still had some tackiness to it. Check that rear end. I found a tire. We'll put it on there, get all that looking a little better. But I am excited, y'all. I think it's going to end this here video. We'll pick it back up once we get a battery good and charged and a few other things cleaned up. I need some running water up here. I had a deal with an amigo where he was going to go in half, so I just ain't got his half to finish. But regardless, I appreciate y'all checking it out. I'll show it to you once we get a little further on. This ought to give the old lady something good to run the youngins around on, cause plenty of trouble or something. Y'all have a nice day.